Dale. 2026 at 6 p.m. Mr. Wicker, would you say that?
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We ask that you watch over these proceedings tonight. Give us the insight, wisdom, and the courage to make the right decisions for the citizens of our great town. These things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderman Thomason? Here. Alderman Allen?
Here.
Alderman Kemper?
Here.
Alderman Wicker? Mayor?
Here.
Quorum is present.
And is there a remote for the TV? So that when we get ready to do the ordinance, I can put it up there, I can find it. Have you guys had a chance to look over the agenda for tonight? Do you have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay. First, approval that we'll need is for the July 6th open session meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes for July 6th.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have a approval of our revised July 27th, 2026 special meeting open session minutes.
I make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I have a question on what revision was that we made.
This one has that,
Right, okay,
and then this one left it out.
okay. Revised, I'll second it.
Did we, I have a question here too. The first version was never approved by the board, so why are we doing a revision? That was a draft.
Yeah, that's, Amy titled it revision, that's why I said revised, right? Isn't that what it was called?
Yeah, I did this because the original one stated in there an incident that had happened, but it I had Alderman's question that it was needed to be strict from it because it was more of a statement that I needed to make more than a minute document. And so I went ahead and I did that, and so that's why you see that second one on there with that taken out.
In
Does that make
section
sense?
4 of the city clerk duties, it says the city clerk shall keep a permanent record of proceedings of the Board of Aldermen. The minutes of all regularly scheduled meetings shall be published within 72 hours of each meeting. Copies mailed to the mayor and aldermen, and an official copy kept on file at City Hall. So,
I think we're on the same page.
Well, I think so too. What we may want to start doing though is after that 72-hour period or before it's up, get the signatures on it, you know, with blessing from the board, so that we actually have an approved meeting minutes before it's published. You know, right now we have sent out stuff and it's out in the community that
Yeah.
wasn't approved by the board.
Well, I would look at this as an exception and not the rule.
Well, I hope it is.
You know, that's how I would approach it. I mean, if you need to make it official, then, you know, it's just,
So
One more thing, but I think it's an exception.
Just to get us back on track, we have a first and
And
a
a second.
second. All in favor of approving the?
I'm saying no on it, so
Okay.
it needs amended for what I put in, so.
What did you put in?
Well, it wasn't put on here that I spoke up and told her that she can speak if she needed to, but you told me no, so.
I said she couldn't be back there for the, cause it was requested that she not be. And
Hey,
that should be.
I'm
in
talking
there.
about open session, not closed session.
I know.
But what she was talking about wasn't about closed session. It's
Oh, you mean at the end?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought we were doing that tonight. I thought that's what we agreed on.
This is about the open session meetings, or minutes from the 27th.
I thought it was about the agenda.
So, just to make sure, you had stated in that 27th open session,
Mm-hmm,
that you had stated at the end of the meeting to have me speak,
yes,
but it was turned down.
yes,
And you want me to put that in the 27th open revised minutes?
yes, please.
And if you're gonna do that, then you need to put in there that I said no because of not knowing whether we were gonna have to do it back in closed session and it not, aligning with our purpose that was stated for closed session. Dayton, do you want us to make the edit, or are you good with the original revised?
Well, I'll get with the original revised.
Well, that would be 3 in favor and 1 no, so you don't have to change anything if we need to make an editorial note later. It was, cause minutes are basic description, it doesn't have to have word for word everything that's said. And you had the gist that we talked about it at the end, you just didn't make everybody's comments there. So, then we have approval for the July 27th closed session meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve the July 27th closed session minutes.
Do I have a second?
Tiffany's votes. Mine's a no, so.
I don't know on this one.
Have to have a second before we can take a vote.
I'll make a second.
Okay, before I cast a vote, I need to know, I guess, what you're objecting to
We'll
on.
talk about it in closed session tonight, so it's closed session.
So it's something that's not in there?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll postpone.
If it's closed session, then we'd have to go back in closed session to amend the minutes, wouldn't we? I mean, I'm not entirely sure about that,
Yeah.
but
I'm
is this something of substance that
Yes,
was
very
left
much
out?
so.
That
Very much,
was it discussion or was it a motion?
We'll talk about it in closed session.
Well, do we need to? It's gonna be a long meeting.
had wrote the minutes, you cannot vote on it, but how it will be, because you have 2 no and 2 yea, you will have to go back, discuss it, once it's revised again. If it passes, it's done, but if it doesn't pass, then we have to then call the city attorney to make the minutes.
Is this something that we could postpone till we go into, do we have a closed session scheduled?
Yeah.
we can go
Can
down
we
one way.
combine the two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can we come back and approve this after the closed session?
Yeah.
Or amended.
Since the discussion will be about what the last one was about, and that was about the same thing.
I'm just wondering if we can just combine the two and not have to, you know.
Combine the, just
The closed
forget the
session.
closed session.
Yeah,
for the last
if they're
one.
wanting to make amendments to it, or a revised.
If we can talk about the changes in closed session this time.
Okay, I just wanna make sure, are you wanting to, at the end of this, just forget about the last closed session and just put everything in to this
No,
one,
I
or
would
just talk
say,
about it and then
no,
come back?
we just have to come back and address this
All right, yes, we can do
after
that.
our close.
I put it on there to come back to the,
Okay. So we can forego this and move on?
okay,
We can approve without approving specific.
we'll have to, yeah. Okay, at this time, we move to, open forum, but before we do, I want to, state something real quick. During our last meeting, before we did go into closed session, I forgot to read what was on our agenda, even though the agenda had been posted in multiple places. I forgot to read out loud the purpose of the closed session. It was not an intentional thing, it was, accidental. I knew what we were talking about, and I knew what was about to happen, and I just, forgot to state it out loud. So, I apologize for that error. Now, it'll be open forum, for anyone that wishes from the, says all citizens wishing to address the Board of Aldermen will be given an opportunity to do so at this time. Limit your remarks to no more than 5 minutes, and as always, if there's conversation back and forth, it can be extended a little bit. Any item presented that requires action will be taken into consideration and placed as an agenda item to be resolved, if possible, at the next council meeting. So if there are any citizens that would like to share or, anything at this time, just sign in and then you can tell us who you are and, where you live and then speak.
I do. Up here?
Yes.
Yeah, my name's Ken Bell. We've lived in Diamond for probably 30 years. We try to be good citizens here. It's a great community, a lot of good people here. And to live in a community, we have to consider other people and be respectful to them. And there's a lot of stuff going around in this town, even next door to us, that nobody would want to live next to. And I think we need to go back in on our ordinances and enforce some of the ones that are still on there. I don't know if there's been some that are not around anymore, but people need to start doing things in the community to make it easier on them and the people they live next to. And it's not about what we want and what we want to do, it's about what we should do and how we should respect and take care of our neighbors. That's everything. I mean, it's automobiles licensing, taking care of your yard, just basic stuff. You know, it was written in our ordinances a long time ago, and we used to stick by it, and we're getting away from it. A lot of people wanna live in Diamond because nobody's gonna make them do anything. And that's not what it's about.
Did you sign yourself in?
Yeah, I will. But I've noticed there's a lot of communities in the area that are starting to ramp up stuff like that, and to clean up their towns and make them where people wanna live, and they wanna invest their lives there with their families. So, I'm not wanting to point fingers at anybody, but I think it's something that we need to do.
Anybody here have any comments or anything, any questions or anything?
My thought is that pretty general comment overall. I mean, I think to address something specific would be
Well,
a little bit more.
I can be specific about my neighbors.
You're speaking of your neighbors,
And
and then
there's
you're using it
others around
generalized.
town, we walk around town, we see things, and there's a lot of junk going on. People, it used to be said you can't do this, and everybody's just doing it. A lot of people are. Campers parked along the side of the street, and they didn't used to be able to be on the street, and just lawns not taken care of, trash in the yard, multiple vehicles in the yard without license on them, without registration, maybe, just all kinds of stuff like that. And I know the police department's busy and they have their agenda, but the community's important too. So,
Noted.
yeah, that's all I'm saying.
And I do know part of our ordinance, since I talked to you this morning, part of our ordinance have like a 30-day time limit where you have to give them 30 days to
Yeah, but we
comply.
need to give them 30 days first instead of doing nothing. I agree with that. And if they provide proof that they've taken care of it, then that's fine. But, there's a lot of places around town with 5, 6 or more cars parked out in the front yard, and just junk everywhere. And people drive through this community and they're considering moving to Diamond, and how many of them are gonna go say, I don't wanna live there, look at all this crap. It's a nice town, it could be better than it is.
Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
Are there any other citizens tonight that would like to speak? All right. That means we're moving on to ordinances and resolutions. Some of these are for things that we have already taken care of, but we did not do the ordinance along with it, so it's a technicality to take care of the technicality. So our first one is Bill 0729-2026, which possibly ordinance number 26-3. It's an ordinance to amend ordinance number 514, section 2 of the city of Diamond, Missouri, to authorize and fix the city payroll and compensation of officers and employees for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026. I believe we can motion, do this by title only. Do I have a motion to,
I'll make the motion, I'll read my title only.
do I have a second? Or do you guys need me to go through the whole thing?
I just wanna point out something before we go any further, so you don't waste any more time, but there is actually no position we've actually ordained as a ticket entry. We haven't done an ordinance on it or anything,
Um,
so there's
Some,
technically
some
no.
of, some of those can fall under the duties assigned to the person. It doesn't have to be, we put it as that in the budget so that we could separate it, but,
Yeah, but here you're saying it's a position, which
Is it-
technically it's not a
is it in
position.
Yeah, I agree with my brother here.
on the,
Yeah.
It says police department ticket entry.
We're not establishing a new position.
okay. So, you just wanna take that line out of there then, since it's under the other person's job description?
I think that'd be the cleanest thing to do, is just strike that line.
Okay, so, Amy, you can pull that up, right? Take that line out.
Good point, wouldn't have caught that one.
Nice catch. I wasn't even thinking about it having to have a job title in our ordinance, cause I knew it was basically a description of the duty
Right.
that she did so that we could separate the payout.
I said that I could, but I have no internet again. I'm sorry. I've been having trouble all day.
It's still connected over here.
I have nothing. I have the world.
I can't fix that one because it's a PDF, so, but you've marked it on your paper to take off.
We can do it with the
Okay.
amendment.
Then, are you okay with redoing your motion with
Yes,
the?
I make the motion to approve bill number 7/29/26, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 514,
By reading only, or by
reading only.
reading title only.
Yeah.
Do I have a second for that?
Don't we have to put the addition of the striking of the line with that
Yeah.
amendment?
We will when we approve that. We're just approving it by,
Just
Or-
approving to read it by title only.
Okay.
Then whatever.
I'll second that.
all in favor of that?
That's fine.
Okay. Then we've read it once by title only. We need to note before I read the second time by title only, that we will be making the revision to take out the ticket entry line that was in the table. And if you would like, I can just start over with the reading by title only, since we've done it, but, and I think I'll do that just to make sure that we're on the right track. So, first reading by title only, bill number 07/29/2026, ordinance 26-3, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 514, section 2 of the city of Diamond, Missouri, to authorize and fix the city payroll and compensation of officers and employees for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026, with the revision for taking out the ticket entry line. Do I have a motion to accept the first reading?
I make the motion.
James Reed, second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then Amy, you'll have to remind me, do I need a motion to do the second reading by title only also, or can I just read the second one by title only? We switched that after having me read it for a whole year, so.
through.
the second one, we can just do by title only.
Title
right?
only.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. All right, second reading, bill number 0729-2026, proposed ordinance 26-3, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 514, section 2 of the city of Diamond, Missouri, to authorize and fix the city payroll and compensation of officers and employees for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026. Do I have a first? One
I
second.
make a motion.
You need to make the revision.
Oh, with the revision of no, ticket entry. And date May the 1st, I have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Alright.
So, that one is good. This one's a resolution, so I think I gotta read the whole thing, it's only a page though, so. Resolution 2026-02, City of Diamond. I think it's just is it, Amy, you have resolution number 2025-01 at the top? Is that, the one we're changing?
It was
You
last
see it?
year's one.
This is just showing that that's the one that you're
Okay,
doing it,
That's
yeah.
that's what I thought. Okay, a resolution adopting the annual operating budget for the city of Diamond, Missouri for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026 and ending June 30th, 2027. Whereas the city of Diamond, Missouri Mayor Alvin has prepared, I do wish that would have said, me and Dale, but has prepared.
Throwing you under
Trying to
the
share
bus.
it. Trying to share it with you,
A
Dave.
little tire mark on that one.
Has prepared
PB.
and presented to the Board of Aldermen of the City of Diamond the proposed operating budget for the upcoming fiscal year. Whereas the proposed budget outlines estimated revenues and expenditures for all city departments and services, and whereas the City of Diamond Board of Aldermen has reviewed the proposed budget and finds it to be fiscally sound and aligned with the city's goals and priorities, and whereas a formal resolution to adopt the budget is necessary for the expenditure of the city funds as required by the Missouri state law. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Board of Aldermen of the City of Diamond, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the proposed operating budget for the City of Diamond for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026 and ending June 30th, 2027 is adopted. Section 2, effective June 25th, 2026. The amount designated as proposed expenditures in the budget for fiscal year 2026-2027 is appropriate. Section 3, as finally adopted, the operating budget shall be certified by the city clerk and filed in the office of the city clerk. The operating budget so ratified shall be printed or otherwise reproduced and sufficient copies made available for the use of all offices, departments, and agencies of the city and for the interested citizens and civic organizations. Passed and approved by the City Board of Aldermen of the City of Diamond, Missouri on the 25th day of the month of June, year 2026.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2026-02.
Do I have a second on that, since we've already passed the budget?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Now, you will have to let me know on a resolution, does it require 2 readings or not, since it's not a ordinance, I don't believe, but.
I don't believe that you're
I don't think
supposed,
you do.
yeah, you don't have to read it.
And our third one, 26-1, ordinance number 26-4.
Definitely want to take the title only, so. I make a motion to approve this being read by title only.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, so, bill number 84-26-1, ordinance number 26-4, an ordinance repealing ordinance number 25-001 of the city of Diamond, Missouri, abolishing the position of city administrator and reverting all administrative duties and powers to the mayor and board of aldermen. I'm assuming this will follow the way the vote did the night we did the vote, so.
Well, I got a question, Jerry.
Yeah,
There it says abolish. We didn't abolish. No, we'll have to go back and read the minutes, because I think it said something to the effect of, until funds are available,
Well-
until funds are available. That's not abolishing yet.
that was my statement at the end, that said I would
That was
like,
her motion.
but her motion was made before I made that statement. I was the one that added at the end that I would like to say, personally, until the funds are available, we can bring it back, but what the vote was for was to,
Was for her motion,
yeah, which was to rescind the ordinance.
until funds are available.
No, she didn't say it.
Yeah, she did. I just listened to it again today.
I can't pull up my,
Where's the hard copy of the minute?
No, we just
Can I-
approved them. It says that in it.
Is that in the,
It's in the minutes.
let me go back.
That was the 26th, right?
would it be on video as well though?
Yeah, I saw them. But, I mean, it's in the minutes, but we just approved them a little bit ago.
Thomason has made a motion that the city repeal the administrator ordinance until such time that the city can afford the position.
Shall we look,
To me, that means, you're not abolishing it, you're not gonna fill it. It may sound the same to everybody, but it's not. You say the whole bunch, when we get ready to do it, you know. We don't have to go through that nut road that we've done for the last year.
I know we've already approved, and I didn't catch that it said it like that.
I mean, in functionality, what are you seeing that would be different between, I mean, from the standpoint of financially viable, wouldn't that require a enacting of it again? I mean,
No, I don't think so.
so we have the position,
Yeah.
so we still have the position
We're
open
authorizing,
according
we've
to
authorized
this?
the position, but we don't have the money.
Okay,
for the,
but
it's
she
not
said
in the
I
budget.
understand the money situation, but what you're saying is, this ordinance is not, removing that position.
This one is, the one that we're getting ready, he's getting
Right.
ready to read is,
And
that wipes it
what,
from the book.
what you're saying is, we're,
We're not filling it at this
We're-
time.
would you put that back up there again? I wanna read that again. As far as the ordinance. Can you put that? It was number 3. It says repealing ordinance.
And a lot of
Okay,
it,
so repealing would be removing it from its existence,
Which is what her motion was.
which is the same as abolishing.
until, I just,
I mean,
abolishing is
I
not.
know I'm getting the linguistics here, but
They're both synonyms for
repealing,
null.
it removes it what was there is now gone in its entirety, right?
Her motion, as you stated, was to repeal the ordinance, and even though the line was added at the end until we can afford it, which I thought was my comment,
Yeah.
but.
But repealing is
but-
repealing,
but,
isn't it?
yeah, it was stated as repeal.
Okay, so to put it back would require another motion to adopt a new ordinance.
If we do this this bill, yes, you're right.
Well, if you go with her her, motion, her motion said to repeal
Right.
ordinance 25-001. Which means we passed it to repeal it, but we can, at a later
I
date. when
mean,
we
that's
have
our
it.
prerogative at any time as a government to enact any ordinance that we see fit. But at this point, I understand repealing to be the same in actuality as abolishing. It's to remove, repeal is to remove
Okay, let's vote
and
on it
make
then.
void. I mean, am I wrong?
Let's just vote. Let's just vote.
Yeah.
Let's just vote. Let's keep moving on.
Alright. So, we still have to do, you had the motion first, do I have a second?
Second.
That moves us to a vote, for the first reading of bill number 8426-1, ordinance number 26-4. First, second, call the vote for first reading, yeas, nays,
Sorry.
2 and 2, and then I'll
For
vote
the
Mark
sec-
Yeah,
for the first
reading.
for the first reading.
2 yeses
then-
and 2 noes.
And then I'll be the third yes, as I was that night. Alright. Second reading for bill number 8426-1, ordinance number 26-4. An ordinance repealing ordinance number 25-01 of the city of Diamond, Missouri, abolishing the position of city administrator and reverting all administrative duties and powers to the mayor and the board of aldermen. Do I have
I make a
Motion.
motion.
and the second?
Again,
Okay.
Dale, thank you.
And then, that gives us our,
It'll work, chief.
am I good? Are you ready, Amy? Do I have, we have two, a first and a second that calls the vote on yeas on bill number 8426-1, ordinance 26-4. 2 nays. And then I'll break the tie again. With the yay. Okay, before we go into new business, I'll need to say this because I don't want to forget to bring this up. It has come to my attention, even though we have an ordinance stating that the Board of Aldermen can, edit or approve, changes to our utility rates, as the need arises. I believe it's because we're under a bond issue, but I'm not 100% certain on that. There has to be a hearing for the sewer one, and when we did this we didn't have the word hearing on our minutes for that, or our agenda for that meeting. We knew that that was what was gonna be on the meeting, but we didn't call it a hearing, so therefore we need to have a meeting called a hearing. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Another technicality, for our sewer rate approval. And some of you that have been in the government longer, you may know the answer. This isn't like our tax rate hearing that has to be its own night. But do you guys know if, would it be better for you guys if we had the hearing on the same night as our regular meeting next
Yeah.
month, and then just
I think
open and close one and then open and close the other,
I
or,
think the only requirement I know is it has to be posted for 30 days.
yeah, and it's gotta have the word hearing, and that was what was left off of our last one. We just didn't put the word on our agenda. We posted, we just didn't put it, but so that Amy can post it for 30 days. It's the 14th, right, next month. That'll give us our 30 days, so, we'll do a hearing for our sewer rates, next month on the 14th, along with our regular meeting. I just need to know whether you guys wanna have it as two separate in the same night, to make sure that it's a hearing and then business.
Do you want a motion?
Um,
I'll make a motion to that effect, if that will help you.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Everybody? All right. Okay. Some of these items on new business are things that, Amy Thompson requested, but they're because of conversations had with others and, conversation they've had with people above them or with others in the area. The first thing for new business is a increase fee on water meter deposits for new customers. And then increased fee on water installments and increased fee on sewer installments. Sewer one, I'm assuming we would have to put with the other sewer meeting since it would be a rate. But, what we're running into, we're still worded all right, but our new taps and things like that, new installs, we put on there, a rate would be this much, or at least this much. That amount seems to be way below what it's costing right now if you include materials and labor on the taps and things like that. I'm sure you guys might know some prices a little bit better, but, what does it say is our minimum right now, $750?
$750.
I
Which
couldn't
that's a
remember.
minimum.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it said $750 or $725.
But a lot of folks think that's what
Yeah,
it's
it's-
gonna be,
yeah.
and
But it's
minimum.
coming up,
This
it's
is the
com-
prices of some of the things involved.
it's
and-
coming up closer to 1,700, isn't it, with labor included or something like that?
Yeah, if you broke labor down to it, just for materials, guys, we're right at about $960, just in parts.
One for Amy.
And that's on a simple one.
And that's just on,
crossing
yeah,
the
that's on an in-town, dig up the yard, tap a main, drop a meter and a pit in.
This is the price list that Ron gave me, of just, that's not all the parts even, or labor.
And then that's, if that's the one.
That's just for the water.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's 2 saddles on there for the tap installation.
Well, I just picked
repair
one,
plans.
Yeah.
so this is what I had. I'll let you review it and then you can,
There's 2 repair plans on there need to be took.
oh, no, the,
Yeah.
this,
Oh, this is right,
Yeah, this
These are the new meters.
The
Yep.
things I knew.
That way, as we install those,
It
they're
already
paid for.
came up way above, and
Right.
So,
And then you come into, I mean, it's all different circumstances anyway.
right.
Do you need a copy?
Everyone is different.
Do you have an extra one? I got still, or, maybe has.
Anyway, what I, was gonna say, our wording still covers us, but it, the look isn't real good when you say your minimum is 750, and then our minimum cost is coming out almost 900 before you include the labor.
Yeah. To
And
cross
that's
the
just-
road and everything, it's usually about $1,000 to $1,100 to get it across the road, if you're
Yeah.
doing one across the road.
Yeah, so I just, since Amy put it on here, we were kind of wondering, so was Tiffany, so were they, on the installment fees, do we want to change our minimum on the stated policy, to try to get closer to what our actual is, so that it doesn't seem to be,
People are getting a lot of sticker shock on it, that's what it boils
Yes,
down
well, that's
to.
all.
They see $750 and we tell them it's $1,000 and they wanna know
But I
why.
try to tell them all that I contact, that are contacting me, that it's gonna be probably more realistically over $1,000.
and can you tell me, where is it in our stuff that this is stated at? Is it in one of our
It says
ordinance, or in,
ordinance,
it is in
yeah,
the
For
ordinance?
water service, water.
And
So-
sewer tap
yeah.
fee, and it also has,
So next month, if we can agree on something to put down,
that's-
we can change the ordinance when we do our, hearing next month.
I think my thoughts on it would be to go with something like 900 set,
Mhm.
and forget the wages, because we're here to serve the people.
Correct.
we don't, that's without Labor
Yeah.
Day,
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
we've
that's what
done,
I
there's
mean.
no
Yeah.
labor on there, and
Yeah,
there's no
not
road
adding
price.
labor on top.
And that would be, like it says, that's our minimum, that's one of our cheap
Yeah.
ones, so.
Yeah,
And just to give you guys, I had Tiffany
Yeah.
reach out to some of the surrounding communities. Pierce City, $600, Anderson's $2,000, Pineville's $500, Orinoco's $1,000, Carl Junction's $1,050. Didn't hear, Knoll, Liberty bought those, Aurora, Liberty owns those. Granby's actually really cheap at $225, I don't know how they're doing that, but.
They don't
But,
have-
you know,
they don't have
Four point five percent tax rate.
But, so I mean, that'd be kinda in the middle of all of them, you know, with everybody, all the neighboring communities around.
and we also thought, since especially this stuff going out east, we might wanna consider it.
So, we can look up that ordinance number, if you guys are okay with, we can't take a vote on it because it hasn't been written yet, but are you okay with, as Dale suggested, go to change it to be the 900 as our minimum?
I think that was.
I mean, Dayton made that, sorry, I've been doing that ever
I
since
know.
Dale got on the board, I look at one and I'm trying to talk at the other one. Since Dayton, brought it up, are you guys okay with that amount?
Yeah, I would say that'd be at least the minimum.
Yeah, so 900, it says at least 900,
Yeah.
or it will say at least.
Yeah, minimum of.
Cause right now the deposit's what, $550 or five?
Yeah, I think the deposit was 65% of what the install parts price was. I'd have to check what that percentage is, but that's about what it comes up to be.
Yeah.
Um,
So, we'll rewrite with a 900 on the installs. Now, we do need to talk about water meter deposits. We haven't raised that rate, even though we've had to raise our prices. A deposit's purpose is that if somebody leaves and doesn't pay their last bill, their deposit is there to cover the bill.
The current, deposit is $200 for owner and $250 for renter. 5 people in the house, owner, the typical balance is $220 to $250 every month. and if they move off, then that's,
Our deposit's $100 and $150.
yeah, oh, yeah. And we need
$100
either
and $150.
$100 and $150, and
She was
I'd like
eating.
to raise it to $200 and $250.
And those
Right.
are those ordinance also, or just in our rates?
I think it'll have to be an
An
ordinance.
ordinance.
Okay, so we'll have to
Absolutely.
write an ordinance for that also,
But that's totally up to you guys, but if not, we're gonna have to start, when we do shut-offs, we're gonna have to shut them off, for sure.
we're just wondering, are you guys
I'm fine,
okay with writing an ordinance
you
to
can put
move
it in the minutes.
the deposit for new, new water meter deposits up?
How about, give me an idea, what kind of, and I don't know how to even ask this, what kind of a percentage of people that leave holding the bag, here?
Well, what's bad, Dayton, it goes back on if it's a landlord,
Most
if it's a
of them.
rental,
Yeah,
it goes back on them, and that's not fair. Dale can tell you that, that's not,
Most of them that do that are tenants, are renters,
Yeah.
and the landlord owned property, and therefore the landlord's responsible for the balance.
because they'll have a sob story come in saying, hey, I'm trying to get the church to help me, and we put it off and put it off, and then by that time it's above their deposit, we can't be doing that.
So, just needed to know whether you guys want to change the water meter deposits or not, or if you wanna change the ones of the landlord, I don't know how you wanna
I
do
was
that.
say, maybe change the rentals to maybe higher, to where if they leave, then we don't leave the landlord.
And that 150
So
that
the
they're
owner don't
currently
get
paying,
discouraged
that's just
before
a
you
renter pays.
That's a renter, yes, yep,
So
that's
if
a
we-
renter,
So if
deposit
we,
is 150.
so if we, cause that wouldn't affect the landlord, but it would also cover the landlord's,
And that's a valid point. I mean, I don't have much, but just a couple anymore, but, I mean, the problem from the owner's side is, he has no control what that renter's doing.
Exactly.
And the agreement that you guys make with that renter, well, we'll let you go another month. Well, there's no consequences to the renter.
Anymore, we
It's
do
the
not.
landlord that gets
Yeah,
the
stuck with
bill,
it.
and it's like,
As
he
soon
had
as it
nothing to
hits
do with
their-
it. He
as
made
soon-
no decisions.
As soon as it hits their deposit, they're off. That's how we do it now.
but, so do you want to, you said 250 for, the
For renters.
renters? Do you want to change the ordinance so that it ups the renter's water meter deposit to 250, or do you want to do both of them?
I think so. I mean, if we're getting stuck with it.
Do you want
Yeah, but
both
if it's
or
a
just-
homeowner, it's a different
Yeah,
situation. I
yeah,
mean,
just for the
they're
renters.
invested.
Just for
A homeowner,
renters?
you're gonna get their money.
Yeah.
There-
Yeah.
There's really no risk on the home. It's
Yeah.
all rentals where the risk is.
We're gonna get your money.
I'd say, leave the homeowners alone.
So, we'll
They're
look,
paying taxes anyway, the renters aren't.
Yeah.
we'll
So
have
we'll
to,
just need to change the ordinance for renters
Yeah.
to 50.
yeah, for water meter deposit. And then keep the rest the same,
But others,
and we'll, so that we have an idea, Nick, have you got any idea what we would need, next month to have ready for a increase in sewer installments? Is there a need for the rate? I don't know what that one's basic is on.
It's not bad,
It-
really, I mean, for what we do.
There's things, so just to give you guys a heads up on the sewer install, so Dale's building a new house, he's gonna dig down to the main. All we have to do is show up, put a tap on it, walk away, put a saddle on it, walk away. $250 is there. Now, if we have to come and we have to dig that, obviously, it's not gonna be $250. We're gonna increase that per, how deep it is and
That's happened in
this
the
and that.
past.
And that's happened. I mean, for the materials themselves, $250 covers, yeah, that's more than sufficient on a sewer.
What's it stated to be right now?
$250,
So,
yep, a minimum of $250, yes.
so, do you
Saddle
want to
guy
raise
fee,
that one, or do you
$250.
wanna keep it? Since it
Just
says
do
that
that,
at least.
leave it.
Leave it, okay. So, nothing there. received all of our paperwork on that one yet, but last year it was, I believe in September that we had to do it. And it'll have to be its own hearing. But I can't tell you what date since we haven't received the paperwork yet. If it has to be September, because I think it has to be done before August. Is Monday night still, I've got some ball games I'll have to do that I've already committed to,
You said August.
I meant September,
October?
October, yes. I think it's due in October. Last year, I think we got it at the end of August and had it ready in September. That's what I meant to say. But it has to be done before October. I apologize. Our Monday nights still, if we have to have float, which we will, special hearing for that, our Monday night's still the best for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll have to look once we receive it and can find it, and I don't think it needs more than a short notice on it, right? Amy, on that one, it wasn't a 30-day notice, cause I don't think,
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember, and I'm still waiting for state to send a pro forma so that I can see when that due date is.
I thought it was 14 days.
yeah, and that's, it maybe was, which means it would have to be like before mid-September then probably, so it'll be in the first couple weeks.
Just conversation, not that we need more conversation, but can we not pick a date, post it, have it as agenda, just out in the future, knowing that we surely would have it by that time, and if it doesn't happen, we can cancel the meeting and reschedule? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and plug it in, even though we don't have the
And we can do it
notification
today.
yet. That way we can meet the publication requirements.
Okay, our next board meeting is on the 14th. The 7th is Labor Day. I am completely open on the 21st, if you guys are okay with the 21st.
21st of September?
Would that be okay with everybody? Set the levy tax date for then.
6 p.m.
That's fine, unless you guys want it to be early. I don't know what your schedules are on it.
6 p.m. on September 21st is fine with me. The tax levy hearing.
Alert 2 days before, so don't forget. All right, and then we have already taken care of our hearing to address the utility rate changes. I gave each of you a copy, of what the, ballot issue would have to look like, and I went ahead and included the line from their code that talked about where it was, but that whole bottom, the narrow writing, would be what the ballot issue would have to look like, and we would need to submit that this month to get it in for the November ballot. And I think I still have that open here if anybody else wants to see.
here, it has to be, you know, I mean, it has to do with online sales, correct?
Public
So
use.
is that covered under the section 32-085?
That's, we don't have.
This is exactly how it has to be written
Yeah,
by
I
state law.
understand that. I'm gonna say that when somebody comes in to vote,
Yeah.
is this
They-
gonna, are
they
they
won't-
gonna have this that they can read and know
No,
what they're voting on?
they'll just have the paragraph, the yes, no, and the explanation of what they're voting for. I just put the top on the part so you know that I pulled it straight from
Right,
there.
so there'll be more information on the ballot than what we're looking at right here?
Not that I know of. That's,
I mean, that seems to be kinda ambiguous, like we're gonna impose a local at the same rate as total local rate.
we're just basically saying on your online purchases,
Yeah, but
you're gonna
there's
be
nothing-
paying the
There's
2.5%.
nothing up there that talks about online purpose.
That's what a use tax is. Use tax is.
So
the
people are
online.
gonna know that that means online.
Or we'll just have to put flyers around. ahead
I
of
mean,
time.
I wouldn't have known unless you had told me that local sales or whatever it means online sales.
I think the OSHA's is similar, but this was the minimum. We can probably put more, but we gotta stay
Well,
close to
I'm
it.
not questioning the amount, I'm
No.
questioning
Clarify
the definition of what we're putting on the ballot.
Right now, the local sales tax rate, I believe, is 2.5%.
That's correct.
We could put that, like, if you wanted it in there, we could put that as in parentheses, currently 2.5%, if that would work, and up where it says local use tax, I can put a parentheses that says online purchases.
Yeah, I mean, it looks to me like we're saying the same thing twice. And with no way of, when somebody reads that, I don't think anybody would have read that and said, oh, this is about online sales.
I think we'll have to put flyers up explaining this.
Yeah, but that won't get to the ballot box then.
Yeah.
Why can't we just put it right in there?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Local use online purchasing, is that how you want it, online purchasing or online purchases?
Purchases.
Tax at the same rate as the total local sales tax rate. Currently 2.5%. I'm trying to find the percent on it.
That just tells the people, that's the rate that's gonna be charged on the online, which is the same rate we're charging at Dollar General.
Right. Provided that if the local sales tax rate is reduced or raised by voter approval, the local use tax rate shall also be reduced or raised by the same action. Is it good with everybody like that? Is there something else that you want in there, Dayton?
I don't know why we just can't say we're gonna be charging sales tax on online purchases, yes or no?
Evidently some lawyers have got in.
Do you
Yeah.
need a motion to approve this?
Let me tell you, this is gonna be a big deal. And the ballot.
Right,
How would we rewrite it?
I got it rewritten.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we print that somehow? And
Yeah, but I'll, you want me to take this top part off, right? Or I'll leave it on there. for
Leave
later.
that, I mean, no one's gonna know what that means anyway,
Yeah.
but it might help us legally.
Come on. Come on.
I think you need a bigger cord.
No, it's, it got stuck. Started doing something. except I didn't save it yet.
I should have snapped a picture.
Well, I have it here, so I can just retype it if I have to retype it. Well. Anyway, but, yeah, I wish we could just keep it that simple also. I'm just, giving you what they said the minimum was, so. And it's just that, so I'll work on that after a while.
I'll make a motion to approve this as the ballot language
With the edits that I put on it.
with the edits.
Yeah. Do I have a second for that?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Unanimous? All right. And then, while we're on the sales tax thing, we know amendments 4 and 5 have failed statewide. So at some time later, if you choose to look back at the recommendations from the budget and want to take in any further ideas on some of the things we postponed, waiting on that to see if we were gonna be taxed to the tilt or to the hilt by government, or how it was gonna end up working out. So, just keep those in mind for future. And then the next issue was, brought up as hiring of an outside accountant. Were you needing to look over things or to be our bookkeeper, or what were you wanting?
For
Or
like the
all?
bookkeeping and everything. I just brought it up for discussion. Too many things just die.
I think it's outlined in state statutes that our clerk is the accountant, but I don't know if it's.
You can hire,
Oh, sure, we could hire 10 of them if we wanted to, but we wouldn't
even
do.
the city of Diamond has had outside bookkeepers up until, well, before we had a string of bad.
6 years ago.
Yeah, 6, 8 years ago.
Probably.
Well, I'm not saying we can't, I mean, I just don't see a need for it myself.
I do wanna state that I got a hold of the CPA that was recommended to us. Unfortunately, her mother had passed away, and they're asking, they will take us, but they wanna give us a quote. But, they're asking just to give her another week while she tries to settle things with her mother's belongings.
What was that company?
That was for, the
Audit.
audit building.
Yeah, I'm just throwing that
Yeah,
out
what
there.
company was it?
That was, CPA Monette. CPA Group of Monette.
Was there any discussion that you wanted to have at this moment on that, or does that fall under what you want in the closed session, or how do you, I don't know.
Yeah, just, if we got a closed session, we can talk some there, but I don't know that that would really come up necessarily. I've just put it on there as a continuing agenda item.
So, postponed till later.
Yeah.
And, Nick, on the night we had our special board meeting, we were approved by the aldermen to start getting bids for, or whatever we need to move forward with the construction of the bathroom in the back. So, do you have an idea, cause that's the next item on old business, do you have an idea as to whether, you would you want to bid the whole thing, or just the running of the line through the floor and out the back, or, do you want,
It's, the plumbing part, definitely, we wanna do that. At the end, as far as the structure itself, I don't know if you'd find somebody that would wanna take the time to come in and pop that little thing in there for what the city requires them to have to do that. But I don't know, have we received the bid for the plumbing yet?
We have not received anything.
so, but would you guys, do you think you guys would be?
We do what we're told. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be difficult.
I mean, would it
Ronnie, Nick
be,
wants to stay.
would it be something you're comfortable with, building the walls?
Throwing a wall up and, yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying just put a sheet.
Trust me. If there's only one person, I mean, why not?
We got a porta
Just a
potty out
second,
there.
guys.
Have we posted it?
We have not posted
We haven't had
yet.
anything, Board, so let's.
No, no.
Okay.
I just, that's why I was asking to see whether we're gonna try to do something to bid the whole thing, or bid the part to just do the plumbing part to get us
As
out
long
and
as we don't
running.
get it engineered.
But we are certain, right, that we want the plumbing to at least be
Yeah.
bid.
Yeah,
Okay, and then do you guys want me to put that in the newspaper? Or how would you like for me to post that?
As many places as possible.
yeah. And,
How many local plumbers do we have? I don't know.
I don't know, we have a new
We've
one.
had the guy that's come here 5 times without charging you for it.
Yeah, yeah, and we have a new one that just moved to town as well, so we do have some local ones that we could, I would rather open it up to our local people to help, but, we,
Where do you want me to post that?
well, we could post Casey's here,
Facebook.
At the post
post
office,
office,
the laundromat.
laundromat, we could probably even do, does Dollar General have a board anymore? They don't have it anymore.
So don't put it in the paper.
But we can also send an invitation to bid to
Yeah,
those.
we
that
could
bid.
send some out too,
Yeah,
so that would be good,
And then put it on like a Facebook.
Is it, or is it on Facebook page?
yeah.
Everybody share it on there.
So, an invitation to bid, make sure that's in there so we remember to look for that. Okay,
Scott from church. We might get Scott from church to bid it.
on the upcoming events, it's not listed, but I forgot to tell Amy to put on there, Gym City Days will be coming up on the 12th, and our meeting's not till the 14th. Tiffany has already arranged for the dumpster to be delivered, as always, 2 days before the event. There are some things that, pull up the message real quick. Stony, Miss Kane,
Stormy.
alright, well, it says Stony
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's stormy.
Yeah. She, I knew it was stormy, but it's stony here. But, it's, some of the things she's requesting,
What was it, 12?
yeah, September 12th. To make sure the city's still on board with, blocking the streets for the parade. Is everybody okay with that? Are you guys okay,
We're
Nick,
okay.
for getting all that set up?
Yeah.
The trash we've taken care of. The cans that we put around, did we provide the barrels for that in the past? Okay, and we can still do that, right? Okay, and then, are you the one that arranged for the porta potties to be delivered, or?
They
is that-
actually contacted them last year on their own.
So,
Yeah, we may need to find out about that, cause I didn't reach out to them last year, so. They
Okay.
had two, I know they had 2 vendors
Chief and Deshaun, are you guys still gonna be going around there once in a while for the surveillance like
I
always?
spend the whole day there from before the parade until it shuts down.
Okay. Deshaun is there sometimes wearing his police hat, sometimes wearing his fire hat.
Comes in as a regular shift, it'll just be police. Cut down on the overtime, he comes in on the regular shift.
All right. The other item was, she specifically mentioned Brandon because he was the only one in town last year, but,
We all,
in the past, we've done overtime for whichever guys or girl, was able to, give the time that day. Are you guys still okay with the overtime for, and would you rather it be one employee, or do you care if they split the shift, or? It'll kind of be up to what they're willing to do. Do you know yet if either one of them's available?
No, I haven't, I wanted to find out if what we actually decided on before I talked to them, because that way it would give Gym City Committee time if they needed to
Find
regroup and find some volunteers.
So
Yeah.
they're all in for the overtime, so.
I'll find out.
Alrighty. And she got the sign back from you, right? Or she
It's
called?
here, it's always been in City Hall, so I just let her know that it was here to be picked up.
Okay.
London
Alright.
came and picked it up today
Okay,
for daughter.
so we got it. And then, you guys are the ones that hang it up normally, right, or is that something that's?
They had somebody hang it up
Okay.
last
For
time,
the
I believe.
parade part, we have to hang one out here.
Yeah, but they.
We have to hang the not responsible for accidents, yeah, this is
Okay.
just the Gym City advertisement
Yeah,
banner.
which
over
she was
Market
wanting to
Street.
get up just as soon as she got it back
Yeah.
from the, people that are changing.
Yeah,
it.
and I can't remember if we hung it up last year or she had it hung up, but we did remove it though,
Yeah.
so.
Alright,
Either way, we'll get it figured out.
alright, so we're good with everything she asked me about then, so. Alright,
Reminder about the not responsible for accidents sign.
yes. Alright, so reports of the city officers, water report was submitted. Ron, do you have anything you wanna add to your water report?
No, any questions?
He said no. Are there any questions?
How's our subs? I mean, have we got that? worked
Yeah,
out?
we have been working on it, and we're continuing to work on it to make sure that it's,
What are they saying? I mean, the
Well,
people that we got that from, I mean,
I can tell you the corrections that they've made in the last month or so, ended up with 7,000 something more revenue, so,
because of subs.
Well-
because of putting people in the right places.
yeah,
And,
making sure
finding-
bills get sent out.
yeah,
Okay.
cause wasn't there one that somehow or another the bill didn't get sent out to them? So,
Basic bill, yeah,
Yeah.
for months.
months and months,
Okay.
so, and sewer also increased.
Hey, Bo,
I
we need to
received-
pick up
I
Steve.
You have
You got
received-
two, we're sending you two.
It's like almost every other month.
Sometimes it's our mail service, cause we have to, it'll go through Carthage, then it'll come back here. Actually Carthage sometimes ends up in Springfield, then back to Carthage, then back to here.
Well, it's been going just to Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, in short, it's only coming back here.
Yeah,
The little cards stick together. I've signed up with Tiffany for email bills.
Yeah.
and I know mine arrived later this time than normal, but, alright,
I would like to add though for this stuff, Gary and I have been checking as well because, we were looking the other day, at the end of the year, there's an end of, the unapplied and Lacey,
been I don't know, a discrepancy, I don't know what you wanna call it, on our, Republic bill, the trash service. Our, bill has come in, but like I said, the reports sometimes are off. She tries to use a, allocation report that is just the dollar amount. It doesn't say the amount of each type of trash can that we have. And because of that, for 2 months, at least 2 months that we know of, we actually shorted them on what we probably should have paid them. And it was significant amount, so somebody will be coming in tomorrow to help sign the check to take care of that.
Do they send us a bill? Is that-
Yeah, they
that's
send
how
us
you
a
got that?
bill, but, their bill is based off of the trash cans that they,
About blessed.
yeah, and what we pay is based on the actual ones in use at the different types. And that's where that allocation report, just giving a dollar amount, is not helping us at all. But Tiffany went back into the system, found out how many of each kind of trash can we have. So, we're gonna need to, I think it gave to you like $5,280 and something.
And 11 cents.
We'll have to write to cover the shortage for the 2 months that we shorted them, because, by being that far off, it red flagged us, and if that continues, they'll move us to the next step, which means they could cut off our service, and we don't want that to happen.
But we are working on getting
Yeah.
those reports to
Yeah.
work with us
Um,
now.
Yeah, and Tiffany's been in contact with subs to try to see. The only way she found it, she took every single account that we had, and she went through and counted them and tallied them up for every single type. So she went through over 500 accounts just to get us to how many trash cans that we had. So we'll have a better amount, to work with. I still think there's something slightly off there, because if you remember, I put our rates at enough higher to cover our senior citizens, plus to give us a little profit. The profit amount isn't showing as much as it should have this time, so something is still slightly off. It was closer, and it may be in that reporting, it'll show up at the end of the year being there, but for right now, it just doesn't look like it's there. So, anyway, I just wanted you to know that. So if somebody wants to come and be the second signature on that, tomorrow, would be helpful. Wastewater superintendent submitted his report. Do you have anything that you would like to add, Nick?
No.
Did you get the email I sent you from OWN about the,
About the,
adjustment to the, I forgot what you call it now, I just went blank.
well, now that you mentioned OWN, though, did meet with OWN, in regards to what we discussed last month when Mr. Macy was here and the 330 feet of the line. I don't know if that email was forwarded off or not.
I've got it.
Okay, yeah, basically it was deemed as an overflow. They didn't see any problems, moving forward with it, so however the board would like to proceed with that.
I noticed he recommended
A doghouse.
yeah, doghouse or something. Is that gonna be covered? Is Chris gonna cover that, or is that something?
It's however you guys decide you want to play it.
What are the
and
costs
the-
on that, you know?
I don't. The reasoning for that is the way that manhole's set up, it's almost a 90-degree.
It's more than a 90.
It's probably 95, 98 degrees coming back around.
It's not that far back.
Yeah.
110.
It's a 90.
Yeah.
Anyways, they just thought by adding that dog house there to cut that corner, it would be a easier flow around for the majority of the flow. But like I said, that's just something that, yeah, however you guys wanna dictate that, I mean,
That's
we
not
can,
something we have on hand, is it?
no, sir.
It can be written into the plan that we're already, cause that's what we discussed is as part of that
Yeah.
plan for our sewer project going forward.
You'd have to order an invert,
And a manhole, or
But,
you got dog house,
If-
or you can bore it.
it'll be, I guess, we can work with the engineer and work with Mr. Macy and see if it's something that needs to be on the city side, or if, he would want to help split the cost so that he can build however he wants to there.
He's the one that's coming to us asking for us to abandon it.
And,
I mean,
he also, described that day you can do a total abandonment capping both ends, or, which means he could build however he wanted, because it would then be shut off. But, or you could leave it open so that if you ever had to later on, and there was.
Essentially it would be an abandoned in place, and it would allow him to put a permanent structure on top of it,
And the water
which is
could
against
still
our
flow back
ordinances
if
at
it
this
needed.
time.
yeah. The problem with that is the unforeseen. Say some weird thing happens and now we've got water going into a house, which is hard to imagine, but we're open. If we don't cap it, then we're leaving ourselves open for anything that happens down the road. And if he puts a house or digs up there, and who knows what could happen.
Like Main
It's
Street.
pretty deep. Anything could happen. But, so if we're going to abandon it, I would be in favor, okay, let's mitigate the angle that we're dealing with, which is, should have been done all off the bat, let's just call
And
it like
abandon
it
it.
is. That should never been that way to start with.
Yes, sir.
But if he's wanting us to abandon that, then I say we abandon it, we cap it, and we mitigate that angle, and we cost share it.
Sounds
I mean,
fair.
Yeah, that sounds good.
that's the way it ought to be.
All right,
But it should never been that way to start with.
No.
yeah. I think that was before any of us.
Oh, it's for all of us, yeah.
Long before.
Do you have an idea on your cost share? You wanna do a 50-50? You wanna do a,
They're gonna come, engineers are gonna be involved.
No, that's not.
They're already
They don't
involved.
have to be
No, they
involved.
don't. No, they don't.
No,
We can do this as
Yes.
maintenance.
Yes,
it's already part of the project. They added it to the plan.
Yeah, essentially it's engineered other than elevations, and our elevations are, we're only changing the direction, and we're probably adding in that corner there.
we're just
6
eliminating
feet.
overflow.
Yeah, we're 6 feet of line.
Yeah.
So, I would consider that a maintenance issue, a repair issue. I wouldn't consider that a new construction, because it's an existing sewer, it's an existing manhole, we're just adding a manhole to
And
it.
we're trying to solve a problem that we've had there at that 90 or more.
But I mean, it's however you wanna,
You call it a 90, I don't call that a 90. But
but yeah,
you're looking at $6,000 anyway.
that's what I was shooting. I was shooting between $6,000 and $10,000 for it. So.
We're just going there with some turncoats, I got this.
I don't know. I mean, we wanna encourage growth, and we don't wanna stymie that, but
I'd say off of
if he's wanting us to completely abandon that,
Mhm.
then, you know, it's because he's gaining use of the land, which is increased profit.
It's also increasing our profit too, because it's houses.
And it'll probably help Mr. Patterson
Yeah.
in the
But
future.
looking at the plan that he showed, I mean, I just saw one lot impacted. I didn't see multiple lots.
There was one on the east and the west
East
side
Yeah,
that to my knowledge is what,
Yeah.
Just
But
cut
he-
off a
He could
little
put
bit.
that house, he could move it 20 foot one way or the other and still not impact it. I
right.
think it's just the whole idea of let's not have to worry about it ever again. And I'm with that as well, and I think that requires us to plug it and completely abandon it. And like I said, mitigate that angle issue
And
I would-
suggest
you know,
50/50.
Yeah.
50/50, if we're not talking $20,000, I'm seeing $3,000 a pop there. So, whatever.
And the
Maybe-
option.
But maybe round it up to 7,
Right.
and then split that, see if you'll go 50/50 on that.
Yeah, cause he's already gotta purchase some, so he should have some pricing anyway for some manholes and some inverts.
Yeah. Well,
So that way, he should have that pricing and we can just kinda piggyback accordingly.
But I think his pricing came off marketplace.
But, and that's something that, it may not have to be a monetary deal, that could be something that if we had a dollar amount,
Yeah.
we could install the water service and
Yeah.
not bill him for those.
Yeah,
It's
I
not that
like
we
that
have to
option.
stroke a check for this, just so you guys are aware of that. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
as long as
Make
it's,
some
there's
trades.
a dollar amount there,
Make some
but.
trades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I'm okay with it.
it-
I just don't think that we should bear the full cost of
No,
of
no,
changing
this is
that angle,
absolutely,
because it's really benefiting him, it's not benefiting us. And in fact, we're actually losing the possibility of overflow, so.
And the thought was brought in, as well to, if it was left there without being capped, you still had that potential,
But we also got the potential liability.
you do, but there wouldn't be anything hooked up to it.
I know, I'm
You just
saying,
never know.
Stuff happens
I know.
and you don't think it's gonna
Somebody
happen.
likes to drain their roofs and gutters off into it.
Yeah, but, well, I'll reach out to him, I'll have a conversation on a dollar amount,
See if we can work
and
something.
then I'll advise you guys at that time, and we'll kind of roll from there, if everybody's in agreement on that.
You got a motion on that?
No motion.
Hey Nick, have we got the pumps replaced yet out there?
Got one sitting out there.
Got
we're
one
getting
out
ready
there,
to-
yeah, just getting it,
Gotta find the phases on it.
getting the phases located on it, it's out, and, we're gonna be on North Main tomorrow, doing some digging for the water leak that's up there in Washington, so. But yeah, it's, one of them's pulled out, laying there, it's just a matter of me going out there and, playing with some high voltage.
Well, there's only 3 possibilities.
Correct?
With 6 wires.
Well,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you- If each of you
The
grab,
odds are in your favor.
if each of you grab a wire,
You got 50/50 chance.
Don't worry, I'll hit him hard enough to knock him off of it. With the truck.
all right, on Parks Department, we've got all the stuff ordered for the pavilion ready.
It's on site, yeah.
It's on site, so it's
Yeah,
ready.
Yeah, we've got it, I mean, we've got it, yeah, it's city property, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, we've
we're
purchased.
ready to start building, I guess.
Yep.
on it.
Yeah.
Probably not tomorrow.
Probably not next couple of weeks, but.
Weather on my.
Yeah.
And
Noise ordinance, we can't start before 6.
And Nick,
Yes, sir.
remind me, if you would, later, I need to talk with you about some park stuff.
Okay.
I tried to get there today, but I had so many other things I had to do. By the time I got there, you were gone. So,
Okay.
anything from streets or animal control that Brandon wanted brought up, that you guys know of?
Nothing at this time, no.
Okay. Court clerk, she submitted hers, and you have it in there. City chief, do you have anything that you?
Doesn't matter, but.
Excuse me, for just a minute, room. Ladies.
That got all the answers, it sounds
I
like.
want to use one of the cheat sheets.
Help from you guys.
One of the pictures there.
So,
My
it
fault.
home has been overrun for the last probably 3 years with bed bugs. And he's had multiple trips to the hospital because of the infections caused by all the bed bug bites. The landlord is also aware of this and hasn't done anything to make any corrections on it. Well, now, this tenant is a resident of the Granby house, and I don't want this house cleaned and re-rented until it's, you know, bed bug proof, or at least killed. And so I talked to the landlord, and he's not like willing to do anything. So I talked to Bugs Away, and they said if the house was cleaned, throw everything in a dumpster and haul it off, and clean up all the feces and the urine from the male subject that lived in the house, then they would come in for probably about $2,000 to clean it out. I'm not asking the city to do that. I'm just telling you, we can enforce him, the landlord, to do that through this ordinance. And I highlighted the parts where he's in violation of this ordinance. What say you? How do you want to proceed? You just want me to give him another call? Does he need a note from the city hall? Do I need to contact social services, DNR? Or do we just want to try to enforce what we have? Court date and the estimates?
What's the time element here? Are we, is the owner currently cleaning the property?
The
So,
pictures that you see is current.
our current picture, I'm with that. So what is the owner indicating to you his plan is?
He didn't respond back.
Okay, so,
I'm like, well, all right, buddy, I'll take this to the board, see what they want to do. But we can't just let that house sit there and,
I think it kind of goes
Populate
along with
bed
what
bugs.
Mr. Bell was talking about earlier, you know?
well, we can condemn it, though.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
I don't, can the
Yeah.
city,
If it's,
and I recommended that to him as well, that, hey, if you don't do something, I'm going to. And this is the I'm going to.
We can condemn it as uninhabitable, they'll have 30 days to
Right.
come to terms, or it's removed at their cost.
But they need a letter from somebody saying,
and
Yeah,
As-
it knows.
I believe you probably already said it's full of bed bugs and roaches and everything.
oh, there's black
Which-
mold in there, in the air conditioner, it's
Yeah.
just,
It's-
it's so nasty.
It's not even safe for somebody to go in and work in there, let alone, myself, I would entertain a motion to condemn that thing.
I entertain a motion to
But-
condemn.
Well, we haven't got a hold of the owner, so I think we have to give him
Yeah,
a certified letter saying that he has to do something.
there you go, there you go.
And he has to sign
This
this.
and this has to be removed. And then you're gonna have somebody professional come in there and kill the bugs. And then we'll look at it
Yeah.
and condemn it or not.
I mean, I don't know that we can require so-and-so to do anything other than bring it back up to,
Doesn't have to be
Livable
done within the 30-day
Right, but-
period though.
But
no, he'll have 30 days to respond, I would think. after
Has
the-
anybody contacted the health department and seen anything about this? What we
yes,
can
I
have
called
to
the
do?
health department, and they can't do anything.
Okay.
And
They recommended I call EPA and DNR. And I'm like, well, I don't really wanna do that.
so-
But the infestation
Skip
is
the
so,
fence and that
it's
ball
so
goes
bad
up.
that the Granby House won't let him have anything on the house.
Sure.
The items that he brought with him, his watch, his cell phone, and his billfold have been contaminated and they're double bagged, because the bug's still coming out of them.
So let me ask this, so he's still got personal property inside the building then, that belongs to the renter that was there.
Who's now not a renter, because he's a resident now of
Over
Granby
there,
House.
but,
So technically it's
but what
abandoned
is the
property.
that you make more of it in, what option does the landlord have if he's still got his stuff in there? I mean, how long is, I mean, he's got a process
He
he has
gets
to
a
go through,
notice, then,
I would think.
if it's not cleared out, then it's considered abandoned, and then it's up to the discretion of the homeowner to remove or, and technically, he could even, if wanted to, is try to recover his costs, but that's a fallacy. That's not gonna work, so.
And that guy's not able to clean up the house.
Yeah.
He's not even able to walk after this last round of infection.
I think the first thing you gotta do is give the homeowner notice to respond,
A written notice.
So-
written notice to respond, and it does have to be certified.
I'll make a motion for the mayor to send a certified letter to the homeowner.
Action within 30 days
Would it be,
of receiving the letter.
so
City Hall.
we'll have to get.
We'll get together and we'll talk to him.
And then when he doesn't respond,
Is the utility still on at that location? Is it on?
Water's off.
then when he doesn't respond, then your next step is to condemn. And then that's another
Yep.
30 days.
That's what I
You
think
know,
we're,
and you have to have,
as well as
you have to have an open hearing.
you have 30 days to notify,
So
and
there's 60.
some time to respond, and another 30 days before you can do anything.
But legally, we probably have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, by all means. you have to.
We'll be sued.
Yeah,
That's-
and I understand
That's why I'm
that,
bringing it
but-
here instead of just hammering on the landlord this whole time.
And then, even after your public hearing, which is another 60 days from the day that the letter goes out, then they can request an additional, and the judge will always give them additional. So you're looking at probably 90 days at that stage.
You're in the November.
So we're down the road getting, I mean, that's just how the game is played.
You'll have somebody moved in there by then.
So our best bet is
That's
to,
nasty.
try to work with the homeowner now.
Work with one of those now.
And, I'm not saying that we need to do any cost sharing here, but we need to find some way of getting the homeowner on board before the 30 days
Yeah.
even goes by.
I was gonna say, what I'm worried about is if nobody's living there, none of this stuff is happening more, what's to
Probably
keep these
migrating.
bugs from
They
migrating? to-
will, and they probably have already done this. I mean, you'll find that they'll move from
Yeah.
house to
Trailer,
house,
trailers,
just
right.
down the
Yeah.
street, just keep going.
Right.
till
The
they-
only, the only thing working in our favor right now is the temperature outside, because they're very
Well,
temperature
bed
driven.
bugs are very temperature.
They like the
That's how
cooler.
they eradicate
Yeah,
them.
they like the cooler,
Is,
so, I mean, that's in our benefit for the time frame,
Is it
but
160 degrees or
Yeah.
something like that?
160.
160.
I think it's 160, and that's the only thing that kills
Yeah.
it.
And it has to be sustained.
And you can't do it with chemical.
How do you sustain 160 degrees
They
inside
put-
of a trailer?
They just close it up and.
You have to
The
tent
heaters,
it.
they run hoses and big heaters in there and fans and
They have to
crank
crank it.
And that's really how they need to start the whole thing. They don't need to remove anything from that
You would
trailer.
want to.
It needs to be
Well,
self-contained,
this won't bug away.
and it
They're not gonna
needs,
go in there with all the feces
No,
and all that.
because all you're gonna do is just spread the infection everywhere. So it
It'd
needs
have
to
to be
be,
back,
yeah,
and I ain't doing that.
yeah.
It's bad enough to go in there and pick the little boy up and put him in the wind van.
And chief, maybe, I don't know if it would do any good or not to inform the homeowner of that, because if that residence is removed from town, then if they come back with another one to put in its place, it has to be permanent foundation, it has to meet our current manufactured home.
I don't know, is that a
Building.
legal trailer park or not?
It is.
I
Is
believe
it,
is.
so you don't have
At
to,
least
do it?
grandfathered in, cause it's been here a while.
Yeah,
For a
no,
trailer park?
Yeah, for the trailer park, yeah.
I didn't see anything that
It
was
hasn't been
required.
anything
I don't know.
It's grandfathered,
Yep.
I'm sure it is. But our best bet is to work with the homeowner and not try to get,
But just so you're aware, so if I reach out with him and Rodney can be a little grumpy, grumps back to you, that's what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to keep this from becoming a pandemic in our city.
Well, you and I can work on a letter and try to get it done
yeah,
soon.
we've gotta do the official letter just to start
And
the
then,
time.
when you say certified, you mean through the post office
Oh, yeah.
certified,
Yes,
not hand
certified.
delivered?
Return to receipt
Yeah.
request.
Yeah, so we have signatures on everything, right?
I'm just saying
Do we know when the
Maybe
business
both.
license is up?
Certified
Business
in.
license is up, yeah. I don't know.
Because you could refuse to grant him a business license if his business license is coming due for the trailer park, and that would put a little pressure.
If he's in violation.
That might be an angle.
He's in violation of this.
Let's try the
Try the nice way.
nice way first.
I was afraid you said that.
All right,
We're gonna drop it off on the county road.
city collectors, paperwork or reports are in there for you.
I did have a question, maybe you know this, Chief.
Yep, yep. I'll listen.
On the, court. Excuse me, we actually have 2 months in here. I don't know if you saw that or not. But just for my own curiosity on, the dissolution of cases, it looks like we're moving in the right way, but, we still had, outstanding or pending 432, at the end of the month, of this month. And of that 432, it looked like we have outstanding warrants, correct me if I'm wrong, 400 or 245? I mean,
That we have current warrants on.
that's how I'm reading this.
That's all you're
Does
right.
that sound correct
I
to
have
you?
a 3-inch binder full of warrants.
Okay, so and this has gone on for months and months and years, and I'm just
Right.
curious, out of 245 warrants, are those legitimate warrants? Are these people, have they moved out of the community, or are they out of state? And these are gonna pop up on a vehicle stop somewhere?
Okay.
I mean, how does this, how do we get these out of our
Let's
system?
go back to this. So yes, they're legitimate warrants, because they're issued by a judge,
Uh-huh.
but are some of them unattainable? Probably.
What's that mean?
Because some of them, because
Ed?
I'm not driving to California to
I
arrest a guy
understand.
that's maybe picked up on our warrant, or he may be dead now, who knows?
If CHP stops them,
Hey, you got a warrant out of
are
Missouri,
they
and they'll
gonna,
probably
are they
just
gonna
gonna
say,
take
hey,
you.
you got a warrant back in Missouri?
No,
No.
no.
So, just in reality, these will never be collected
Some
or
of
followed
those
up
will never
on.
be collected, correct.
So we're just gonna keep them on our books and hope that that day comes.
But then we need to decide with the judge on, do you just wanna issue FTAs
And that is
on
what,
a failure to appear warrants on Missouri residents only? Or within a certain mile of the 4 states?
I don't know, I'm just asking that, but for information purposes, we got 432 that we've moved forward to next month.
Right.
And it looks like, out of that, we roughly got half of them with an outstanding warrant.
Right.
So I assume the other half are in some sort of litigation process,
Or they're gonna show up for court.
or they're coming.
I don't know how she
We don't
figures
have
that.
200 people that show up for court.
No, but we do have that many cases scheduled for each court.
Oh, so you just, so they're not here, you just keep
If
flipping.
they don't show up the first time, then they
Then-
receive a letter.
Then they get the warrant.
Then,
yeah, I
then if they
understand.
fail the second time, then they get the warrant.
Okay, I'm just fact finding here, I'm trying to figure this whole system out. 'Cause-
I hope I don't answer that.
So the reality is, more than half these people are never gonna be seen again.
Right, so probably the majority of those was before the state changed how they want the warrants done. Now we can put on the warrants, or it's almost mandated that we put on, if they don't pay their bond within 24 hours, they're released. That didn't used to be a thing,
If they don't pay, we let them go.
after 24 hours.
Okay.
Because we pay for that. The city pays for that. The
Uh-huh.
court pays, we don't pay for that, the court pays for that subject to be held in somebody else's jail.
We're talking about locking people up.
Right.
I just give
So,
them a
so
ticket.
if it's in Springfield and he's got $75 FTA, it's not worth it for me to go to Springfield and bring him back here to finish his 24 in Newton County. It costs me more money actually better, more credential to the city than all our time and our gas to go get a guy for, 6 more hours
I
if we got me.
understand that. I'm just looking, how do we clean this up? Will it ever be cleaned up?
And we can buy nothing but, you heard me.
He was making a joke, don't take it serious.
Okay.
So, from time to time, every 5 to 10 years, in my experience, the judge will go through here and throw out these old cases. He writes them off. I can't do that, the judge can do that. And this, where some of these cases are, is maybe that, when that was done 2 or 3 times ago, that's the cases that they keep saying, maybe it wasn't done right. The judge like, no, we're not gonna go after these people anymore, or I know this one's gone, this one's, and so those didn't get kicked all the way out of the system. So some of these cases may have already been nollied, and we just haven't caught up with the right paperwork yet to prove that.
So this is
But our current judge
the
can go
judge's
through there and do that.
discretion, not yours, not the system. This is entirely up to our judge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if he wants to do house
If he
cleaning,
wants to kick them all out,
He
him and the
can-
prosecutor wants to kick them all out, they can.
him and the prosecutor, they have to agree.
The prosecutor is the one that says this is the case. He agrees it's the case when he signs it.
So the judge
The judge can go,
only
this
operates
is no
on
longer a case
recommendation,
because we can't reach these people.
but does he only operate on recommendation of the prosecutor? So he just do this on his own? He doesn't say that's 3 years
In
old?
the past, they have done it on their own, but now I don't think they can.
Okay, so it's at the behest of the prosecutor to determine how long these stay on our books?
In the judge.
No, the prosecutor.
Well, prosecutor tells the judge.
No, but I'm saying,
The
what I'm
judge
hearing
has
is
to
the
present, no,
prosecutor,
you didn't hear
not the
right.
judge. Okay,
All these warrants are issued by a judge
yes,
on cases that the prosecutor assigned. So the prosecutor said, this is righteous, the judge had a court date, they didn't show up, the judge issued the warrant. Now, the judge can come back with the prosecutor, what say you, because we can't get hold of these people, and then the two of them can nolly that.
Come to an agreement.
Discuss whether they wanna keep their.
but it comes from a stale date, we've got 2-year-old cases,
That
3-year-old
nobody knows
cases.
anything about.
Does
Some of
that
those
come,
cases-
does that come
Some of
from
those
the
cases, Dale,
prosecutor?
are 20 years old.
I'm trying to be generous here. So, it's the prosecutor that will determine whether to kick these things out?
No, it's the
Judge.
The judge assumes.
So they're gonna sit down and have a powwow?
Basically.
Right,
Okay.
and the two of them can decide what they want to do.
But they don't have powwows on a regular basis?
No, because it's separation of offices.
So what's a reasonable time period for a powwow? Once a year?
I don't know, yeah, you would think.
So we shouldn't have
Every
anything in
3
there
to
that's
5,
past
every
3
3 to
years
5
old?
years, I would say probably, because once you get it cleaned up, you really won't get dirty again until 3 to 5 years.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm looking at 400 and some cases here,
Right.
and you're telling me maybe there's some 20 years old? That's
Like-
ridiculous.
Like you said before, though, some of those 20-year-old ones may have actually already been done, just not entered in the system.
Maybe
so
they've
that
already
you-
got before the
Pulled out the
Supreme Judge.
Yeah.
Right.
He could let a serial killer.
Okay, that's just.
Because the process changes.
Look at Brian.
And then understand this, that we're only a small part of the process. The actual warrant division in Newton County is the other half. So when we send them the request, if they don't do it, our books are clean, but theirs aren't, or vice versa. So they don't have anything down there, but we still do, because somewhere along the line, they ran off the rail. It's not a perfect system. It's cheaper than
I'm more
that.
confused now.
It's cheaper than that. Well, you're welcome. I did my job right. Right.
Okay, and then, city clerk,
The first one on there is gonna be your July monthly payroll summary by employees. Your next one is gonna be your profit and loss July. Not a whole lot on it, because we just started in the year, but this will be for your July. The next one is going to be the general bank account. And it's going to be for the month of June. Remember, I wasn't able to, because there was some stuff going on with the sub number or whatever it was. So, I did get June and July taken care of in the bank, reconciled.
And while you're on that part, you said that we haven't been having the problem anymore since then, right?
Yeah,
So
we're back on,
whatever was messed up is back on track.
back on track now.
Is this on the credit
Yes.
card?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Mhm. So the first one was your, June, general account, and behind, or the next one will be the reconcile report for the June. The next one will be your July bank statement for the general. The next one will be the reconcile report for the July. Then,
Is yours one more?
Do you need,
you okay?
We're good.
I can bring something up if you guys
No,
just tell me.
I'm with you now.
I'm just scrolling down, 'cause by the time I get there, it's gone.
Sorry. The next one that's gonna be there is, we're gonna do the 3 sewer accounts. The first one's the sewer replacement. That is also the June. In that same one is gonna be the reconciled for that.
Hey, can we step back one here?
Step back.
And I don't know if it's 1 or 2 or 3.
Sorry.
But tell me, if you can, without having to do a lot of research, okay, our ending balance at the end of June,
Which account are you on?
well, the
Your-
overall.
The general account,
Okay.
The overall is what I'm really looking for.
the general account,
Are you on
At the end of
11.6
June or end
or
of July?
11.5?
11.6.
End of June, end of the year was what I'm looking for, end of our fiscal year.
Okay.
So,
This
Okay.
year versus the year before. Do you know the difference there? I mean, I'm just curious to see, where we were at a year ago and where we're at end of June. Is that something you can tell us? I mean, I know we got the end of June, no, the end of July here. but I never
I
did
could-
see that.
I can get that for you if you want me to get up and go get the
No,
printout.
no, you can get it to me later if you want to.
yeah, could you just put that on, post it on there, where we could all look at it? That's a good question.
So we want the ending balance of 2020
25, June,
2025.
June.
and then 20, okay.
Yeah, just for comparison, I'm just curious, see where we're at.
Okay.
Had it for a second.
Okay, so we went over the sewer replacement for June, and the reconcile report that's attached with it. The next one is going to be the sewer replacement for July, and that also has the reconcile report attached to it. So we, together. Then it's 11.9 is this, debt service. This is the one that we just put the dollar in because we've already hit our cap. This is one for June with the reconcile. The next one is going to be the July with the reconcile. The next one is going to be your debt service. This is the one that USDA, when we put the 2259 in each month, USDA takes it right back out, like within 2 weeks, for the loan that we have through them. The first one will be your June. The next one will be your July. However, I had noticed whenever I was reconciling them, and your next one is going to show you those transfers that we made, because each month we transfer the money from the general over to the 3 sewer accounts. But I had noticed that with July 4th, and us not being here for the 3rd or 4th or whatever, how it was, I did not transfer the money in time. So I missed the July transfers for those 3 sewers. So when you look at the transfer, I have the one for August, which is now, but I didn't. And I had noticed that on the USDA payment, and this is the next one gonna be followed in line with you, the 2259, because I didn't put that in there, it brought down that ending balance lower than what we have been sitting at. I called the USDA representative that we have, and he had also told me, because they switched their software, that people has been having extra takeout when they wasn't supposed to, doubling, and some hasn't been taken out at all. So I did not want that to happen to us. I want it to be aware that that transfer that you guys have, I don't know if you can put it up there.
Which document is
It's
it?
the one that says,
It's 1114, is that one you're looking at?
The
1114?
supporting document
yes, is the,
with the highlighted lines on it?
yeah, but if we can go back to the actual transfers.
1113.
Yes. If you can see, I can't see behind me because it glares, but on that bottom, you will see that I actually transferred July and August because I didn't want USDA because he had told me that they were accidentally taking out extra payments and some wasn't being taken out. We was not one of them, but that just ensured that in case they did, it wasn't gonna put us in a negative. So my question for you guys is, because I missed that July, do you guys want me to go ahead and put that extra $325 over and the $1 over for that missing month?
So we're.
The 325 is just a movement of our own money in
That's
our own
our own
system,
money,
right?
yeah.
That's your replacement, so yeah.
That matters.
Okay.
So the 4518 is 2 months, right? Too much at 22 something?
Yeah.
That was because I needed to do July and August,
And that one's outgoing, right?
and that's, yes, sir.
Yeah, that was actually leaving.
I wouldn't worry about the first 2 unless you think that's
Okay.
gonna throw us
I
behind.
just, I wanted to let you guys be aware of what had happened, so that way you
Is that
know.
all right with you guys, or do you wanna go ahead and, since it's in our own system, we can, if we're short on something, we can add the money
Okay.
later on.
That's
Perfect.
just a rainy day.
Alright, thank you. And the next one is gonna be your Argus, rewards cash back, the $53.90, that goes into your general fund. And then, I don't know, I almost called you Pastor. Mayor, do you want to let them know about the CDs?
I do not have that documentation with me, but I can look at your, whoops, that's not it.
1116?
I clicked on the wrong one. No, that's it.
No. 1116?
That's the one that says I'm on, it's 11/6.
Oh, that's, well, would you like a copy, sir?
I may have it in here.
Sorry, guys. I'll make a copy for you, you guys to see on camera.
I got it.
You got it? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Did you
It's
find it?
1120.
You guys found it?
Yes,
Oh,
1120.
I just mixed those two up. Sorry, guys.
Alright.
Thank you.
Basically, what you can see is, you know, we've got 5 $50,000 CDs, right?
Mhm.
All of them are up to $51,008.22 now. The interest rate has dropped from the 4% we started to 3.5%, but we are still gaining funds that we're continuing to roll back in every 6 months. And then it takes, if the rate goes up, we get the better percentage. If it stays the same, it stays the same, but, recommendations on my budget is possibly increasing the number of CDs, with some of our, reserve funds to kinda increase the gain, but again, that's up to you guys later, but, we are showing profit there and it's growing.
Thank you.
It would've probably been a little better, but we've had to take it out and put it back in almost every time we've had to change the position on the CD, so.
1117, this was, when Chief had went down to pick up the new vehicle, they had took a check with them. However, when it was cashed, the auto place where they bank ran it wrong, incorrectly. They ran it on their side for 50 cents when the check is wrote for the 58. And so on your July general account, you're gonna see that it was taken out, put back in, taken out. And so when I had went over to talk to our bank, they had, and the very next one will be an email stating from CBT what had happened. And this says, on 7/2/2026, the Chiefs Pursuit Surplus Bank had cash check number in the amount of $26,895.58. The check amount was run incorrectly and it was ran for $26,895.50. Community Bank and Trust credited the incorrect amount to the account and then debited the correct amount, reflected in the legal line of the check to fix the error. If you have any questions, then you can contact her.
A lot of work for 8 cents.
Huh?
A lot of work for 8 cents.
Yes, but because it's in that statement, I have to make sure that it is, so your statement will give you an extra credit debit, but it's because they had to give it back and then issue it back. The next one is gonna be, when we did the sidewalk, MoDOT was going to reimburse the city $47,917.27. We did receive that fund and it was on July 31st, and I had put it into the street department. We also are waiting, we had talked about a change order. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Okay. I just received the check for that. Do you wanna explain what that change order was for?
It was just a small change that we talked about over on the sidewalk there and the sidewalk over here. It was little changes in both places, that we've already discussed, but, Owen agreed to cover that original city's portion of the cost.
So I sent them an invoice of the amount. I received the check today. However, I also received an email, but the amount that they put on that email,
I'm wondering if it's a different change order.
yes, was totally different. So I have to.
Which is what I sent you, Nick, by the way, as another change order.
So I have reached out to the individual that was covering for our person. Unfortunately, the one that was over the change order, she has some personal issues that she had to take care of, but she will be back in office tomorrow, so I will find out more on that, if the check was actually wrote correctly or if it wasn't, so. The next one that's on there is going to be invoices that's over $1,000. This is Gallagher. This is through Risk Management, our insurance provider. This is for the cyber. Midwest Public Risk did not have a cyber insurance, so they third-party this out, and this is the cyber that we have to pay for yearly.
Is that an item that we knew about before?
Yes.
Is it something we've been paying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes.
it's not something that I need to edit the budget
No.
for?
Mm-mm. The next one on the list is an invoice for Innovative Industries. Before the city administrator had left, he had set up a service with a company that does our paper shredding. They charge us monthly, and they go off of how much they shred. The first one was the invoice in front of you for $35. However, they do not take check. You have to pay with card. So I put this in there because I wanted you guys to be aware that this is being charged on a card because I cannot write them a check. How it comes through is it's actually through a QuickBook, and that's how they charge us, and it's a monthly statement. I just got the new one today, and that's $55. So I didn't want you guys not knowing, but this bill does come off of our Arvis card.
So I got a quick question while we're on that one. Are they still picking up just every so many months?
Yes.
Or are they coming monthly and that's why it increased up to 55?
No, they only came one time.
Okay, that's what I thought. And, what do you think on that? Is it, are we actually using the box like we're supposed to?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The thing is they're supposed to, once they pick it up and they shred the paper,
Yeah.
then they're supposed to bring or send us a certificate saying that this is what they have shredded and this day and picked it up. So I have not received the certificate for this shred. So I'll have to reach out to him and ask him where that one is, but right now, that
Well,
big tub is halfway
It has
full.
Tanner's name on it, so I'm wondering if I need to go in and see if it either jumps to my, junk mail, or if it's on, I'll see if I can get into Tanner's and see if it's in there. You'll have to remind me to go and look for that. 'Cause we may need to switch the name over on that so that it will go to one of our emails.
Amy, I got a question
Yes.
on that certificate.
Mhm.
Can you say that again to me? They're supposed to send us a certificate of what was shredded? So are they inventorying that, or do you
No,
just
no,
get a
no.
certificate of the
Let
weight?
me rephrase that for you. When, however much that they shred, they put the date on there
So it's
and
a
how
pound.
much it,
Okay.
yes.
I'm like, so if they have a
Yeah,
copy of
they-
the inventory,
no.
I'm like,
No. That'd be something. But I wanted to let you guys be aware that this is being taken off the card.
So it's costing us $420 a year,
Well,
and they come and pick it up once every 6 months?
once it's full, then I'm
So
supposed to call them.
we notify them, so they'll come once we notify?
mhm.
Okay, so it's really up to us.
They,
We're getting charged for a pickup that we're not really using.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So, right now, we've had it, go ahead.
No,
Okay.
you go ahead.
We've had it for 5, almost 6 months now, and the bank and post office uses the same one, so they do stop here every month. But as large as that can is, I'm just now at half full.
And that's what I was gonna say. I think the reason Tanner went with, the size and spreading it out, we were also, as we went through in the other departments, documents that needed shredded and stuff, we were gonna bring them over here so they could be shredded. As far as I know though, so far it's just been this office. So,
Now, I have a question relative to the shredding. How do we determine, are we shredding day-to-day bills and invoices that have been recorded and paid and are somehow in some electronic file? Or are we shredding history, records, documents that supposedly are to be archived? I mean, what are we extra shredding and what was the
So
intention?
if we accidentally make extra copies of, like today, I made 2 extra copies of the closed minutes. We don't need that. We can't just throw it in the trash because it's closed session. I have to shred it. So that's in there. Things like that. Your archive stuff, no. I actually archive all of our invoices in 3 different areas. So, no. Invoices are not in there. It's just when we make extra things or there's like a mess up when we're typing something and yeah, so no.
So, I mean, theoretically, we could go years with a container of that size.
At
Is
least
that
this
what I'm
whole
hearing?
year.
Okay.
If
So-
we're just using it for here.
So back to what you said, you think the intended purpose was to be more comprehensive
So,
at the departments?
so like, yeah, for example, if court had something that needed shredded, they could bring it over.
But
I don't know how
mean,
much confidential.
are we talking 96 pounds or gallons, excuse me, 96 gallons of documents?
I don't even know if there's this, I don't know what the next size down is.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
or-
can we do like a 1 a year pop, you know, or do we, can we do it?
already tried to schedule it where they only came, you know, several months apart.
If we know we're not gonna be using it for basically a year or longer,
We can contact them and see, I don't know if it would be cost
Post office has
effective.
this new smaller one.
Yeah, Clint knows that down from Carthage.
well, that probably cost us more, the way this thing looks like.
So Dale, what I can do is I'll call them, see
Yeah.
what we can do.
Yeah, well, maybe we can get an annual program where we get shred once a year. Cause I mean, clearly we're paying for a monthly service that we do not use.
Did you want me to ask him anything else or just the,
Uh,
okay. And then the last one will be your expenses that I had wrote checks for. The ending balance on that is $104,256.67. That's all I have in there.
Um, Did you, want to make any, the,
Are we talking about the packet?
yeah,
At this time, I think, so Mayor's asking about the packet that I had submitted, well, given to you guys after,
No, I
except
still
for the
haven't
mayor.
received.
I hadn't given his, the packet that I gave out to the aldermen at the 27th meeting. I want to get legal advice on how to present that before I actually do. Because I don't want to, do something that I am not supposed to or say something. I wanna make sure that legally we are covered before we get into that.
So has Todd been notified of this?
I didn't hear you.
Has Todd been notified of this?
he's been out of office the last,
He's
week
on
or so,
vacation.
so he should be back either today or this week. It was,
Back, he was online today.
Yeah.
um,
And is that who you're reaching out to? Or are you reaching out to the city attorney or a personal attorney?
Why would I do a personal?
I'm just asking a question.
Uh-uh.
I didn't know what was going on, so that's
Oh,
why.
okay, no, I see what
You just said seeking legal counsel, that usually means
I
Yeah.
actually, when I say legal counsel, that would be our city
for the
attorney.
city, okay.
And then, yeah, would go from there. But until I receive it, I don't feel comfortable.
one. The issue with the tax money that was
Yeah.
collected the wrong way.
Yeah.
My list.
You want me to go
Cause
ahead?
you had, and that's one of the things, I haven't got to talk to Todd about, I know from talking to, Decker and Pace what they would like us to do, but I haven't got to talk to Todd. Cause you had talked with both of them and
Mhm.
thought you'd come up with a way, to take care of that, and I don't know how much of that can be brought up out in open session, or if I
That's-
have to put it on here for next time for
Just,
a finance that's, but, it is something that's gonna have to be done soon. A decision will have to be made. And I'll try to be as good as I can with this, but, our sewer, bond, the tax was accidentally, placed in the wrong area, so instead of showing up on the bill, it showed up in another area. Because of that, we're gonna need to, have a way to inform the public or see what the public wants us to do with that fund, because it's, well, it's hard to say when you can't say.
no, it's okay, it's just, when we did when the city did the levy tax stuff the last 2 years, it was brought to our attention that something was not correct on it. And so what we need to do is we need just to get with Todd after we get with Todd up the other stuff, find out, because we're gonna have to hold a hearing, put it on the ballot, but we need to get that right verbiage on what to put on the ballot so that we know what we need to do with the taxes that was already collected for the intentions of the sewer repairs.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at on that levy.
And I think the people came out a little on the cheaper side, but I'm not 100% positive, but either way, we want to be, I want to be honest.
Transparent.
I don't like hiding things, I want it to be honest. So the other option is to go through line by line for every single person that paid into that other and figure out what they paid, take off the percentage, and then write a check to every single individual that paid that tax.
But that's where we also need to set a public meeting just for that, but that's why we need to talk to
That's
Todd and
the
find
two
out.
options,
Yeah,
But,
We need to have our county, collect on this, well, I don't know if it's definitely gonna be or not, but, to attend that meeting, we can at least extend an invitation, because I think a lot of it falls back that direction.
I'll tell you, the county assessor doesn't feel like they did.
not the,
No.
collector.
Yeah, or the collector, but I know just this past year, we had it right, and then, something happened when it was being turned in, and the next thing we know, we have the extra amount, and we had to redo our ordinance the next month, and then we find out later that it shouldn't have been put on there, and that's where we're at. So, we
We just need to
did
find
it to
out.
match what was there before. We had it right the first time and it got changed, so. But that's all I can say to you is, we're gonna have to do something on that very, very soon.
So we can put it on the thing.
If we don't do something by, starting to read. Mr. Alford, do you have anything that you?
That was my issue there, I wanted to get some resolution on that. Immediately notify the county not to collect for this year, because
Well,
the state tax status haven't gone out.
That, they've actually, it
Yeah.
was over the 25,
So have we've got
it's
it,
already
Okay.
out there.
Yes.
okay, so it's not
This
gonna.
one that's coming up,
That's,
that's the one that's for next year,
Next year.
and that's the one we gotta make sure.
Right, that's
doesn't
what I'm
make the
saying,
mistake
we
again.
gotta make sure that that does not go out.
No, the ones for the 2 years, those have already gone out.
Already done.
done and done.
It's already done, it's already in the past.
I thought we were talking about 25, 26.
They pay them
It's,
then, but it was already for the previous years.
But I don't know, I mean, they don't pay unless they get an invoice from the county. I mean, I don't pay my taxes until I get a,
I think it's
A bill?
because how it was explained to me is because it's already set in their system. But what I can do, I'll call, the county collector tomorrow, and I will ask Jessica how that is. That way we can find out.
I don't see why we have to collect it and then find a way of giving it back.
Yeah.
I mean, that just seems totally
Mm-hmm.
insane to me. I mean, if you know the bridge is out, why are you gonna keep driving it?
True.
Well, there's been a whole lot of people get stuck in that deep water, do that very thing.
Stop the train, let me off.
Alright, Ms. Powers, do you have anything that you'd like?
I'm down.
Mr. Kemper?
I only have a question on this trailer bug facey thing. I wonder if we should talk to the attorney and see if we can give notice to all the other people that's in that trailer court about
Or
what's
if we
going
have,
on.
yeah.
Because they can prepare for what is coming, because.
I got a feeling they probably already know, but,
Well.
I can tell you, the majority of the people that live there already know about it.
Oh, well, then,
They've known about it for a while too.
yeah, just,
They're not our
I'm
bus.
surprised they haven't moved out.
Not yet. Yeah, they might be.
They're not our bugs.
They might have went south.
Mr. Wicker, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just got one, I think, I'm gonna cut it out later. Have you been approached by anybody, out on B Highway, that new house that's looked like it's nearing, at least the external side of it, looks like it's nearing completion for water?
He's supposed to put a 2-inch main into it and run it all the way up to the back of the flush hydrant.
Say what?
He hasn't run it yet, but he's gotta run all the way back. That house on the highway is
Yeah.
just the first
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
But we don't know, I mean, it's the first of maybe many, but maybe
6.
not,
Just 6 on this location.
maybe not, but.
No, there's only 6.
So we're gonna run a 2-inch main?
We're not, he is.
Yeah, he's running a 2-inch main
I'm
out
gonna
there.
tap it.
I thought we were gonna do it to our standards. Have
We
lowered our
are.
standards
This
to
is
2-inch?
These are two different locations.
Okay.
Yeah, This is farthest one out, right?
Correct, yeah, so
Yeah, this is right there at Martin Road.
Is it the
across-
same developer?
It was
No.
Randy Patrick that came and
they
talked
came here
to us.
and one, yeah, you weren't, I don't think you were
Oh,
here.
no,
he's
he's
the one who wanted everything for you, that's right.
Yeah, he wanted us to pay for it. He purchased 14 acres and he's building 6 residences.
For 300,000,
So-
250.
So we're gonna be okay with running a 2-inch main?
Servicing 6
Our
houses.
minimum is 4. I mean,
Not always.
It's-
Lucas Lane,
Yeah,
dude, there's 2-inch out there too. They just put a flush hydrant at the end. It's not for fire protection, cause he has fire protection in his front yard. There's a 8-inch hydrant right there at the house.
I don't know.
That's the only reason
I need
he's
to
okay
see
with
more
it.
information on that. Have we already agreed to this?
we
I mean, have
we
have
did the
told them?
paperwork on the other development.
What's that?
we did all, the other development was the one we did all the paperwork with.
153 house
Yeah,
addition.
the Mighty Era development,
The
that,
reason they
that's,
did that is for fire protection.
yeah, that was increased due to the number of houses and the fire protection that this gentleman here bought 14 acres and wants to put 6 houses on it, and this 2-inch line would be sufficient to feed 6 houses, 6 residential, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,300 square footers.
Well, I provided, but.
Ray, while I brought it up, I just wanted to say, is there anything been done on the annexation now, on just the right of way?
No, we have to go through that
That
whole
list,
process,
Yeah.
but.
When are we gonna start that? Do you have any idea?
You want help?
No, I don't. But I want it done.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
and our first step was gonna be, rewriting our own, contract so that it states in there if the city limits at any time gets out to that, then they are automatically part of the town. But, yes, if you wanna do the,
Yeah, I'd rather do that than waste time changing that. I'd rather get the annex. That's what I'd prefer.
I ain't being annexed in.
No, we're not talking about you being annexed in. We're not annexing anybody off the right of way.
I like to shoot my rifle across
but,
my butt.
and that's the other thing, I think we can annex, basically, that's it, the right of way
Yeah,
down
that's what
the
we
road,
need.
and, we'll just have to go through that list, but I think there's gonna end up being a vote or something of some kind, I forgot,
Well, there's a hearing, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but,
but it's,
I mean, we did it more.
yeah.
I don't know
They
why
tried
we
to
didn't
do it,
that
they
way.
tried to do it out that way too, but it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, well, we need to try again.
There's a possibility, that's one of the things, and been trying to take care of other issues, so I haven't got to that, but, I was notified, toward the end of last week, I believe it was the end of last week, by Tiffany that, Severs, may be wanting to voluntary annex into the city limits so that they can bring the
Better rate.
water rate down.
And I don't know why that wouldn't be good, I don't know.
So, but there is a process for that. It isn't as easy as you would think. If it's a voluntary annexation, you could fill out a paper, get it signed, and it would be done. But, when I looked it up, it wasn't quite that simple. So, but they wanted to talk to us first, so, one of these days, Nick and I think are gonna have to go, arrange an appointment with them and sit down and talk and see. But I did want you to know, they are thinking about it, and that would be good. That would give us,
Maybe some
more-
joint on down the
yeah.
road, you know?
yeah, we can work on some further ones, so. All right,
That's all I have.
with that,
I think we need to go south.
our,
Down to Shoal Creek.
Yeah.
MM Highway. Yeah, could we do that? I wanna annex down to MM Highway. We're going everywhere.
we need to annex out where they're, trying to put that Joplin, water. So, all right,
Annex Joplin.
if, there's no other things from you guys, I think that was the last thing that I had. Need a motion to go into closed meeting for section 610.021.3 RSMO, hiring, firing, disciplining, or promoting of particular employees by a public governmental body when personal information about the employee is discussed or recorded. Unless, if you guys have changed, we still need to go back, because we still gotta talk about the correction on the minutes that you wanted, which was about the same subject, so.
You need a motion?
I need a motion.
Okay, I'll make that motion.